made by Fowler. It's owned by Irvin Barraclough. Now this unit was actually originally ordered by Ministry of Munitions in 1916 and delivered ready for use in 1917. It was owned by Herbert Moore of Carcroft near Doncaster, where it was used for thrashing. Now, it was eventually sold on again and fitted with the Fowler high-speed gears, and it was owned by Fairfield Nurseries, who used it up until 1969 when it was bought by the present owner. Fowler, of course, a major manufacturer of steam engines. They were based in Hunslet, so you find a number of Fowlers here. John Fowler and Co. They were agricultural engineers. John Fowler being born in 1826. The next one coming round this is a particularly interesting unit. Again a Fowler. It's a Tiger 3 tractor owned by Robert Tyler. It goes under the name of Mr. Blower. And the reason it's called Mr. Blower, well, that was the name of the bank manager who loaned the money for it to be bought. So he got his name on the engine. That's Mr. Blower there. The next one coming round, coming in front of the commentary box right now. It's also particularly interesting because it's actually not an original, it's a fairly modern, built it as a replica of the Foster's Wellington, which was built in 1904. The replica was built by the owner from works drawings in 2006. The blue cab unit coming round is a DG6 steam wagon, a Sentinel, owned by Ian Fernley. This was built in 1933. It was a working unit. You can see there the bags of coal on the back. It actually carries its own fuel supply, of course. Was new to King of Somerset's three-way tipper, worked in quarries. And it had a complete overhaul. Got a roller coming through right now. Asher. Another lovely Sentinel there, 8-feet bell. The boiler to the Sentinel, the one that's going past from we've got to the top, is actually sat right next to the driver and passenger. It's in the cab. The Maori just coming past me. It's a Burroughs traction engine owned by John Smith. Now this one was shipped out originally to New Zealand and brought back into the country and restored by John, made in 1904. Now, U7148, again a Fowler, a T3 tractor. Part of a pair that was supplied to Westmoreland Council, used for hauling stone and timber until after the Second World War. And it comes to the show every year, goes through all its dimensions. David Mitchell. Don't have any details on the roller going through. Right. Upping Billy just going through, beautifully turned out. I think it's important for the youngsters amongst us to realise that these are the vehicles that are out on the road before the car was invented. We're going back 150 years to 140 years when they first started making them. But those rollers were in use right up until the 1960s. Guys getting them parked in there. Oh, there's got a few more coming around. Nearly missed them. I think that's, is that Katie just coming around that top corner? I'll roll in a few moments. Katie, owned by Malcolm Pugh, 8-tonner, bought by the present owner in 2001. Lots of repairs, including new boiler tubes, cladding, fibre bars, repainted and chain swing repairs. It is the only registered single-speed roller. 1930 it was made. Douglas just coming through. Then we have the Showman's Wagon, the funfair wagon that would have been used for supplying the electricity. And you can see it's got the strap on the front there where the generator is, and that would have been used to power up the generators supplying all the funfair rides and also the living accommodation. Another evening and porter at the back end there, Withensea, the roller. Excellent turnout here today. Engineer disappears. They all run away. Can we have a word with the driver from the centre? Will he jump out? Can you come out here? I have to bring you out because the radio mic won't work in answer vehicle. Too much steel. Right, a wonderful wagon. Sorry, start with your name.
Ian Burton.
Right, Ian, thanks for coming out. Wonderful looking wagon. Just give me a little bit of its history.
She was new to WJ Kings in Somerset in 1933 and worked all its life in Quarry Fockings, and then was discovered scrap in 1969.
Have we got anybody who can have a word with me? Have we got a Harry driver there? Don't be shy. Is he going to come out? No, he isn't. Can I have a word with you? You jump down? Right, okay. Aidan Summerall Contractors. Now, this is a roller. Driver, tell me a little bit about this one. It's nice of you to get. Just tell me a little bit of, sorry, your name first. Right, okay, now, this looks to be the tallest of them all, one of the biggest of them all. Can you just tell me a bit about its history?
Yeah, it's Fowler, R3, 7-horse road loader. Been in the family for about 42 years now. It's built in Leeds, used for crushing contact.
Yeah, a lot of the... sorry, you said you've had this in the family for 42 years. Does it require a lot of maintenance?
Yeah, it's undergone 2 rebuilds since we bought it. First was a mechanical rebuild back in the 70s, and then only just recently my father's completed a complete boiler rebuild. So the whole thing's been stripped down to every last nut and bolt, rebuilt mechanically as well as with a brand new boiler. So it should be good for another 90 years with any luck.
Right, how many generations are involved so far?
Well, there's at least 3 generations of Barraclough here. So, and I think we're just sort of probably something on our 7th generation of engineers in the family.
Absolutely brilliant. Okay, well, we'll just wander through. We've got Katie over the back there. I'm going to word with about this showman wagon. I don't know whether I can find anybody to talk to me about that. These guys all engineers, they don't like chatting. Do we have anybody from the show?